you ever noticed yourself being extra tired, fatigued, tense, anxious, easily irritated or annoyed? Like the tension just builds up in your traps and wraps up around the base of your skull and the back of your head, and you just feel like you could cry? No, that's just me. Anyway, how about your teenager, your little one, your spouse? Are you maybe finding yourself constantly walking on eggshells, not knowing which mood or behavior you're going to get that day? Well, I want you to know that you're not alone. No, we're not alone. And also that all of these way too common daily challenges that are experienced by millions of families each and every day are signs and symptoms of nervous system dysregulation. And nervous system dysregulation is a serious condition that is very easily overlooked and entirely missed by most medical professionals today. So a dysregulated nervous system can show up many, many ways, but commonly chronic gut or GI issues. It can be a weakened immune system or a weakened immune response. It can even be excessive inflammation in the body. And if you've tried all the diet challenges, all the supplements, or even some of the medications to get your child's energy, mood, or focus back online, but you still struggle, then it's time to learn more about nervous system dysregulation and learn how to find out if you have it and what you can do about it if you do. So a quick story. Before finding a PX doc, Martin was stuck in a storm of stress. We call that the perfect storm, right? His nervous system was so dysregulated that he was dealing with anxiety, difficulty focusing at school, some ADHD tendencies, emotional regulation challenges, and what mom would describe as major mood swings. And they, mom and dad, put a lot of time and effort into other routes of care like behavioral therapy and even some anxiety medications. But mom said the medications calmed him, but also hid Martin's personality, which used to just shine so bright. And she knew that this wasn't a long-term solution. So anyone who knows Martin knows he is absolutely a bright light. He's a smart young man full of kindness, curiosity, and potential, and just needed some help calming and regulating his nervous system so that he could be himself. And mom even said after the first month of care, his stimming completely stopped and he was now able to focus in class rather than chat and distract his friends all throughout school. And now they get rave reviews home from school rather than those nasty emails that none of us want. He was more flexible, he was self-motivated and able to make goals and to be self-directed. So what does his life look like now? For the first time, he's able to start hobbies and see them through, like baseball and robotics. He loves that. Mom says she's looking forward to his continued growth and goal setting, and so are we. And now even big sister's under care, and I know mom and dad won't be too far behind. That's always how it works. So, as you've heard me say on repeat, the nervous system is the most important system in the body. It is an intricate, complex, and entirely awesome network that coordinates movement, perception, cognitive processes, acting as the body's communication superhighway. So dysregulation of the nervous system then occurs when it becomes overwhelmed and overstressed, causing it to be out of balance or disorganized and dysfunctional. And over time, the body will build up various signs and symptoms that are an attempt to tell you that something is wrong and not working right. So what are some of these symptoms commonly found with nervous system dysregulation? Well, if we start in infancy, it often looks like difficulty sleeping, soothing, nursing, troubles with digestion like colic, reflux, or even constipation. And from there, early childhood, it can look like frequent tantrums, meltdowns, sensory processing challenges, focus and concentration issues. It can be mood swings, behavior challenges, or just really quick triggers. I always think of my daughter, Ren, who like, Daddy, can I have an orange? And then when I describe, we don't have any oranges, honey, but you can have an apple, what occurs quickly after that, I can only imagine resembles a volcanic eruption. And I'm not saying that kids can't have volcanic eruptions. I'm saying that they shouldn't stay volcanic mode for very long. Eventually, their system should be able to assess the situation and regulate. Ren even calms now by saying, Daddy, I just need an adjustment. And she's right on track. Yes, she does. And in teens, to carry on signs and symptoms of nervous system dysregulation, in teens and adults, it often looks like brain fog, exhaustion, anxiety, depression, digestion and immune issues, focus and concentration issues, and so many more. How many of us can relate with that at one time or another? This dysregulation that I'm referring to is a disruption of normal function. It's distinct from full-fledged diseases, but untreated, dysregulation can escalate to much more serious and even chronic health conditions. Nervous system dysregulation can stem from birth trauma. It can stem from physical injuries like concussions, infections, illnesses, chronic stress, toxins, many, many more. But it often begins with subtle signs that are dismissed by medical professionals in the early stages, but then build up and progress to more serious problems and diagnoses later on. We like to call these the moonwalking bear signs, right? We don't see them because we aren't aware that we should be looking for them. If you've ever seen, I share a video sometimes called, it's called an awareness test. And the video goes into, like, the point of it is you're supposed to, there's two teams, a black team and a white team, and you're supposed to see how many basketball passes does the white team make, right? And the whole time this video is playing, you're concentrated on that. You don't see that there's a guy in a bear costume moonwalking behind the teams until afterwards, and you say, okay, cool, the white team passed it 13 times, but did you see the moonwalking bear? And then every time you watch it after that, you notice the moonwalking bear because you know that you're supposed to be aware for it. These signs and symptoms are just like that. Once you know that they exist and that you can be aware of them, you see them over and over and over. So nervous system dysregulation is often linked and often a precursor to more serious conditions like sensory processing disorder, autism spectrum disorder, anxiety, sleep disturbances, immune system challenges. And while symptoms can help us get an idea of dysregulation setting in, the most important and most incredible exam in all of healthcare, something we have in the office called the neurological insight scans that we run right here, Foundations Chiropractic. These scans help us find out if you or your child or your spouse or your loved one does indeed have nervous system dysregulation and help determine what level or severity of the nervous system dysregulation as well. And the most ideal scenario ever with nervous system dysregulation is to identify it and find it early, leading to benefits like faster results, improved quality of life. The earlier we can start providing our neurotonal chiropractic adjustments, which are highly effective at addressing nervous system dysregulation, subluxation, and a word called dysautonomia. If you're ready for better sleep, better digestion, immune function, mood, energy, and so much more for you or your loved one, then take the first step towards that awesomeness by clicking the link below or in our bio to learn more about nervous system dysregulation, more about subluxation, and more about neurologically focused chiropractic. And as soon as you're ready to take the next step to getting your full health and quality of life back, give us a call. Get some insight scans scheduled for yourself. We'd love to find out how in-depth the process is, how long it's going to take, how much we can help. Thanks.